Alright, this is the unboxing video for Dragonfly 700mm that I bought from Banggood. Alright, I just received it this morning. The reason I bought this is very simple. First of all, it's actually very cheap. It's about 25 US dollar. And secondly, it actually looked very nice. And of course, actually for me, I'm looking for something which is relatively small and portable, okay? So that is why the reasons I bought this. So as you see that when it arrived, actually there's some damages on the box. In fact, I already opened it. Luckily, so actually nothing was damaged. So let's just take this one by one. You see that it's actually a very, very tight fit. I mean, I'm lucky that nothing was damaged. I prefer, in fact, if they actually put it into a bigger box, like the fuselage can just fit nicely like that instead of diagonal, because I mean, there's not really much space for it to move around when it was pressed or compressed. All right, so let's just remove the items one by one on the table. Okay, so we have the fuselage. Okay, we have the wing. All right, so we have the stabilizer and a pack of goodies. And then some bars. All right, so, and there's the menu. The menu did list down what you receive. Of course, for a lot of the viewers, this is actually not readable because they are in Chinese. What I will do, or what I might do, is actually I will do a translation of this to help some of the beginners to learn how to assembly. So basically, I mean, I actually checked the list. Actually, everything should be here. All right. So I also read the procedures. I guess it is indeed quite clear. So that's why I guess it is actually worth to do the translations. I won't be doing the assembling for this video. I probably will do another one which will do the assembly. All right, so let's just look at what we have. All right, so we have the fuselage here. It has the hedge, which is screw in, and then I guess you need to have put a metal here, a piece of metal to stick with the magnet here. And it's a low wing, so the wing actually go down here. So I believe this is actually the hole to put the servos for the aileron and rudder, and they will be connected by two push rods. Yeah. And then we see that there's a kind of a gap here. I think that's where the wheel will fit in, and that's the space where you actually tie your rings to the fuselage. All right. So that is the fuselage. So that is the wing. All right. Really is very colorful. I mean, of course, it depends on whether you like it or not. So the foam is not very dense, but it's quite flexible. So it probably survived damage fairly well. But then, if you want to do a lot of maneuver, that I don't know. We'll try. So the servo slot is actually very big. I think it's recommended to put 9-gram servo. But I actually are considering doing a few modifications. So actually, one of those will be this one here. All right. When I actually read the menu, so you need some of these little parts here from this bag here to actually create some form of a dihedral. So I think, let's just turn this up. Yeah. So you actually have these two little pieces of pine wood. All right. So you actually have to stick them together. All right, and it will fit right here. All right. And of course, then you need to actually glue them together. So by gluing them together, it will actually form a dihedral. You see there's a V shape here. All right. So of course, make sure that when you put it in, don't put it into the opposite direction. Otherwise, you don't have a dihedral. You have to both things actually going down instead. To stiffen this wing surface, they provide 2 carbon rock. All right. So it will fit in fairly well. Yeah, so you actually have to glue it in. All right. But you see that actually when they cut the carbon rock, they actually cut it all the way, like to the length of the wing. But in fact, it won't fit because on this side, you actually have to put this need to connect it here. So in fact, so what you need to do, you actually have to cut it after you glue it in. So that is actually 2, one on both sides. All right, so this is on the other side as well. All right, like many user manual, okay, they do recommend, based on the procedure, they do recommend that you put this on the horizontal and vertical stabilizer. Yeah, I think that is probably, yeah, that's this. Yeah, that's how I go, right? Yeah. So you actually have to glue it in. Yep. All right, so I think that is how it works. All right, but what I will do is actually I will not glue this in until I actually fix the wing. All right. The reason for that is that you want to make sure that the horizontal stabilizer, in fact, is parallel with the ring. Okay, so if you glue it in now, okay, you might find that they are misaligned a little bit, and actually it will affect the flight characteristics. So I suggest that actually that may be one of the last steps that you want to do. Okay, after you finish assembling the wing. All right. The connection between, the way that you actually fit the wing to the fuselage, all right? That's how you do it, right? So, so you actually have to glue that in. Also, you see that when the servo wire go up to here, so it will go down here. But then there's no hole here. All right. So in fact, to put it together, you do actually have to open up a hole here so that the servo wire can go underneath and then to the space in here as well. So so you do need that space. So there's some opening that you have to do. All right. I want it to be portable. All right, so that means that I really don't want to glue the ring in. All right, so something that I might do is while I am creating some space or hole to put for passing through the servo wire, actually I may put some kind of screw, all right, on the ring, and then fix it to the fuselage. So I don't want to glue it in. So there are 2 reasons. One is actually it's more portable, at least for me because I don't drive. Secondly, if there's any modification you want to change, so it will be easier. All right. Okay, so that's what I will do. All right, you see the fuselage here is actually quite flexy. Mine is quite good, actually. It didn't bend, so I think it's okay. But you look at it closely, I'm not sure you can see, probably very difficult. So the end here is indeed there is a hole, all right? So there seems to be some space that created. You can actually fit in some reinforcement. Right, in fact, I do have this probably 2 millimeters carbon rod that was actually coming from another plane. So in fact, it fit very nicely. So in fact, what you can do is actually push it in. All right. So you can actually push this in, and it will strengthen the fuselage. All right. So I think that's what I will do as well. So as I said, I mean, I will try to keep this short. So there are a few things that I will do in terms of the modifications. As recommended, 4 9-gram servo will be used. So in fact, I don't think such a small plane need a 9-gram servo. So I will try to reduce the weight. So actually, I will put 5-gram servo for all the servos. All right. So that probably would save 20 grams. Yeah, I will add this strengthen to carbon rod to actually strengthen the fuselage. Okay, that's the second thing that I will do as a mod. And the last thing that I will do, as I said, all right, I will actually change the ring locking mechanism. So I mean, I will try some spare parts that I have, and then put 2 screws in to screw in the wing, so that actually I can unscrew it and detach it. So instead of putting glue on it, and then later on, if I want to remove it, I can't do it anymore. All right. So that's what I want to talk about this time. So for the second video, I'll be doing the assembly and also the modifications as well. All right. So I'm really excited because I'm always looking for small, hopefully verifiable ring. Okay. It recommended 1806 motor, which I do order already. So I guess I'll try to keep the weight down. At the same time, I probably won't put a 3S on it. I think 2S should do quite well in terms of speed already. So when I test file, of course, we'll see what happens. All right, thank you.